Alright, and we're back to another episode of Let's Play Lunar, the Silver Star Story. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. A bog box kind of crashed, so I had to wait to dick around with it and fiddle with it later and get it working again. So we're back, and I'm your host, the RPG Guy. So we need to go to another forest dungeon to get the sea chart. Many would argue this is kind of a weirdly unnecessary area of the game, but yeah, it's gonna happen in this game once in a blue moon. They're gonna have you run around like a moron looking for stuff, and this is the first part of time in the game where we're introduced to what I would call faulty chests. The chests in these areas, oh shoot, did not mean to do that. The chests in these areas, unfortunately, what they do is, when I'm in control here, I'll be able to explain it a little better. But the whole problem with the chests in this area is that the ones that are out in the open, so to speak, they are not to be trusted. And that is not a joke. They are literally not to be trusted. Because they are very problematic. Due to the fact that enemies come out of them. Now, this is the first time where you're actually going to fight enemies that are a legitimate threat. In particular, there are these bee-like enemies that can charge their butts up, and yes, I do mean that they actually do like a charging skill thing with their butt. They like shake their booty. They kind of do like a booty dance, and as soon as they're done with their booty dance, they hit you with like a 40 damage attack or so. Even at high levels, they're a little threatening. So this is what happens when you open a trap chest, is new enemies show up, and yeah, see, there he is doing the booty dance. No, he's just spinning around in a circle, but that is one of the tells that they're going to use that attack on you, and your goal is to take them out as quickly as possible with extreme murdering skills. Luckily for us that Alex can one-shot them. They're not too dangerous. They're really only a threat when they get away with something. And then, so in like this example, he's so far away we probably won't be able to reach him. So he's probably going to get to hit somebody with that attack. There's another bee-like enemy that's more like a wasp that does a booty shake too before he hits you hard. Oh no, never mind. You just didn't go after Alex, so that helped us. And the XP you get from him isn't that great, but you do get pretty good silver, so... Yeah, 12 XP is back in the old cave, amounts. Back in the cave, the White Dragon Cave. That's pretty low XP for what they're pretty much subjecting you to. The ants aren't too bad. As you can see, Alex at this level can take them down with one attack. But Ramus and Luna cannot. Even if Ramus was equipped with back to his other sword, he wouldn't be able to kill them. So this is where Ramus is going to start falling behind. Sorry about that. Much like if you're a fan of Final Fantasy IV and you get characters like Tella, for example. I'm not going to give too much away. When you meet characters like Tella and they start to fall behind for a reason. I'm not, again, if you are a very experienced RPG gamer, you know what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to skip as many chests that have bees in them as possible while getting items with goodies in them. That's what we would rather want. Again, I'm not going to be able to guarantee that that's how this plays out, but that's the goal we're ultimately trying for. But this is the other reason too. Ramus doesn't get any... I don't think he actually gets any upgrades to his stats. He might in other versions of the game, more recent versions, but in this version he's just getting health at every level up, but he's not getting any other stats. So his range isn't helping either. So with a shitty range that he has to walk around the zone, it kind of makes sense to not invest in him. And you can see even Alex is catching up to his level. He's only 8 XP away from actually catching up to him. 8 XP. So, like, as far as like how much XP it takes for him to level. But yeah, this is again, you just kind of avoid the bad chests. They're kind of pronounced. You kind of can tell which ones are bad. So yeah, here's an example of the explosion staff being really useful, as we can hit that many dudes. So we'll just do it as an example. Get some! I don't know if he even killed. He should kill him, yeah. So that's overkill. You don't need to necessarily do that. I think Alex can still kill these guys one at a time, but you'll notice that they actually had a turn before the other characters did. And we got 20 XP for that fight. So explosion staff ain't a bad option. But we haven't seen the third enemy type yet. It's floating around here. I think these are killer bees. Killer fly, whatever. Killer bees, killer fly, whatever, they do or die. And like I said, these fly fights are kind of pointless. Usually you can get out of them mostly unscathed if they're in a small enough grouping. At the level we're at. Imagine being like 3 levels lower though. And there's a boss fight, or the first legit boss fight of this game is coming up. So getting stronger is kind of a good idea. And if you've waited till this moment to get stronger, it's kind of bad timing. You need better enemies to level up off of, and some of these enemies just ain't gonna cut it. So here we go. We got a tough decision here, because these flies are gonna get to, one of them's gonna get to do the killer attack. Hopefully we're so strong that we can ignore some of it. 25. So even at our level, that's a third, that's about a third of a character's HP right there. 35 damage is pretty massive. So put that in perspective, you know. That one enemy could do that, and then you can have as many as 3 of them on the screen at once. You know, that's enough. If they all targeted the same target, they could kill a character at full health, give or take. So you gotta be a little weary of that. Ray missile level. Vigor is learned. Awesome. There's a reason to want to learn Vigor. Luna's range extended, but we don't really care. And Ramus's HP only went up by 1. Wow. And his range increased by 1. So he did get a range increase. A little too little too late, but compared to other characters and whatnot. But, you know, what are you going to do? I just still believe his range is terrible. And that one, again, that one bonus to his attack is not that much. What is his range? 13, 11, and 11. So his range is as good as Luna's, and Luna's isn't even that good. So you can take that in stride. I find it to be useless. Now, here's the other thing too: is you could ignore all the chests in this area, because the only chests that are really here, to my memory, are herbs and antidotes. There's no very highly valuable items that I can think of outside of that. So, oh, you know what? That's not true. No, I don't know if that's true now. There might be a starlight. But again, we're gonna open some of these chests. We're not gonna open them all. Though we could, and actually maybe I will make that effort. But if I'm going to open all these chests, guys, then I'm not going to show every fight. We could do it. Now, level 12 is a great level to be at for the boss fight coming up. And I'll explain it when we get there. But I don't believe Luna knows the right song yet. Let me see. There's a song she learns that's a buff song, and I haven't been checking. Oh yeah, she's got Cascade songs. It raises defense, and I believe it also raises offense as well. So it's a really powerful ability. Alright. So this is obviously a trap. You can kind of tell by the layout, but at least it's only one fly. I'm going to kill the other fly fight after this as well. Alright, so killed them, but I'm going to look here. Yeah, you know what? I changed my mind about what I said earlier. We're up in the 200 of XP. So to next level, so fighting enemies for 12 XP really isn't worth the hassle. So we're gonna bypass the fly fights chest. I changed my mind to a degree because it really is kind of pointless. Ultimately, because yeah, it's like, again, it's just that issue of we're not really getting much XP. Maybe from the wasp fights. We're gonna find out. Uh-oh. That could be bad. Oh, nice. Luna got attacking first. Sweet. So nobody got hit by the nasty attack. 34. See, 34 is pretty good. 34 so far is the best we've seen, I think. But it's still not great. It is if all the battles were giving that kind of XP, then it'd be worth fighting. But definitely the killer flies we can ignore. At least the chests that release them, I'm gonna try to make an effort to ignore. Can't even get a break there, man. Like I said, as you notice, more enemies are flinging the poison status effect around like it's going out of style. I think we got 2 herbs out of that. Because it doesn't show you, like, say you got 2 herbs. It'll pop up the herb thing twice. Regardless, here, let's heal Alex. It hurts to be safe. So we're also going to avoid that chest in the middle because that's obviously a trap. We'll fight the what is it, wasp, hornet? Killer wasp. Okay, yeah, we'll ignore the wasp. Or we'll fight the wasp fights, but we'll ignore the killer bees. Because even if I kill them all, you're only talking about 100 XP total, which isn't that much at all. We're getting 3 times that to fight these kinds of fights. Same with fighting the plant enemies and whatnot. So, yeah, we'll ignore the regular standalone bee fights, fly fights. And boom. And that should be a kill. Oh, no, maybe not. There should be a kill, though. No, it's not. Damn. Hence why you don't want Ramus running around with a goddamn sword. I don't think he gets an extra attack ever. So, giving him the bow is a better, safer deal. Eventually, I take that back. I was going to say, eventually we'll put him in the back row, but realistically, that's not entirely true. Damn it. There's no reason to put him in the back row. Because he soaks up damage that normally would go for Luna. You could put him, like, in front of Luna. That might be objective. So that might be something I do at some point, is put him... Yeah, but if you put him too close to Luna, enemies with AoEs are going to start gunning for that. So it may not be a good idea. Worth it? Okay, there is a starlight. Okay, that's good. Now I feel better, because I was starting to say, I think there's a starlight here. But here's the thing, is that's probably the only decent treasure in this dungeon. So, mantle wrapper? Mantle wrapper. So you hang this on your mantle with the hope that it doesn't murder you. So yeah, we'll do this setup here, knock him out. Okay, and hopefully Luna can get a single hit kill, but I doubt it. Nope. A little too weak. Dang it. But that should be a kill. And then, this doesn't matter so much because Alex will kill them both. Yay! 20 XP. 8 XP better than the fly fight, but yeah. It's subjective. If you really want to get all the enemies in this dungeon, go ahead. But I think this is one of the few times I would skip over enemy fights. Because we just finished having some big leveling earlier. Now we're fighting enemies. We're going to check the ant fight here and see what we get for... This is the least amount of ants, I believe. Actually, that's not true. There might be a 3-ant party, but I forget. So I'd rather just see what this XP is. But the ants are usually the easiest things to kill around here. Next to the plant dudes. The mantle wrappers. Yeah, 15, meh. They're easier to kill than the flies, argue, give or take, so... Yeah, the XP is just not that great for us being as overleveled as we are. Now, the negative is that if we don't do some fighting, the enemies will very quickly catch up to us, strength-wise. So, check over here. I think we've explored the majority of the... Yeah, okay, so we've explored the whole dungeon. It's not long. It's not meant to be long. Let's heal. I believe we're gonna get out of here. So yeah. So it's not. It's small, but it's very kind of labyrinth-like.
What is this supposed to be? Some kind of baby chat? I can't imagine a creature dumb enough to stumble under this thing.
Hey! Hey there! Get me out of this thing!
Ladies and gentlemen, when you thought Ramus was lame,
That sounded like he came from further up the trail. Hello? Who's in there? What exactly are you doing?
what does it look like I'm doing, peasant? I order you to release me from this contraption immediately.
It sounds pretty rude, Alex. What are we gonna do?
But I say we leave him here. He isn't hurt, and I'm sure he'll get out of this thing, eventually. Well, I'm tempted to agree. I think we should help him. Lakey didn't desert us when we needed his help. We didn't need his help. I suppose you're right. It's a greaser! Look out! If you don't know what a greaser is, it's a term from like the 80s of a weird kind of fetishing dress up that people used to do.
Hey there, kiddies! My name is Nash. I'm a level 3 apprentice from the famous magic city of Vane that floats around the Goddess Tower. The area around the Sea Hag's house can be a little tricky, so be sure to watch your step around here, okay?
So that's what a retard looks like. I mean, he was stuck in a pretty lame trap.
What are you saying? You're the one who was trapped, pal, not us. And would it kill you to let a thanks pass your lips?
Who, me? I'm in the third rank of the Magic Guild, and the best magician in my age group. I'm also apprenticed to the powerful sage Galleon. How dare you say I was trapped when I was when I was investigating how the silly device was made. This is why I hate leaving the city. You country folk don't have any manners.
You've been yelling at us since we got you out of the trap, and we don't have any manners?
Hello, Nash. My name is Luna. We are all travelers from the village of Berg. These are my friends, Alex, Ramus, and Null. Are you also going to visit the old woman? You should join us. It would be much safer for us to travel together. Go with you? Well, protecting beautiful women and simpletons is the duty of every guild member. Alright, I will travel to the hag's house with you. I just hope you all appreciate my exceedingly kind gesture.
I think I have a headache. I think Nash is a headache.
And I kind of agree with No. You said you were from Berg Village, didn't you? I've heard that a girl with a wondrous singing voice lives there. Do you know of her?
I know Luna's really good, but I don't know about wondrous.
You're the singing princess of Berg. I would love to hear you sometimes, Luna.
Well, alright.
Alright, I'll hold you to that. Now let's go have a few words with this old hag.
Who put you in charge, Buster? Alex, this guy bugs me a lot.
You just see Ramus and Null sharpening their knives to murder him in his sleep. You'll also notice, maybe, that Nash is level 12, and I believe he comes in at the level that Alex is. So again, power leveling characters isn't necessarily a bad thing, but there is a big set of level jumps that kind of, happen at times. So, to each his own, right? Now that we're here, you also notice another red chest and dinner. There's a frog in there, or a snake, or both. I don't feel so good. Alright. Move it, you rooster bastard. On the pricking of my thumb, something tasty this way comes. Hello, children. Don't you look delicious? I mean, delightful. What is your business with me? You want the sea chart? Well, since I assume you won't part with your tasty little pet there, Will you trade me the water cane? What? I was given this cane by Galleon when I left Vane. I'm not about to exchange it with a warty old hag for a crummy old map.
We need the sea chart, Alex. What do we do?
Would you like me to ask him, Alex? Nash seems to be fond of me.
No way, Luna. The only thing this egomaniac understands is tough talk.
We'll let Luna do it. Ask him, Luna. Nash, without the sea chart, we can't sail to Maribia. We desperately need to go. I'm begging you, please, will you trade your cane with the old woman? The power of boners compels me.
Hey, Nash, need help picking your jaw off the floor?
Well, Luna, there is no way I can turn down a woman as lovely as you. Here you go.
Thank you, kitty.
And here's your sea chart. And there we go. Now what we can do in the downtime, since he lost his water cane, we'll give him the girly looking cane and make fun of him openly in public. So you'll notice it gives him increased luck by 10. Really quick. And Ramus is a better candidate for healing herbs. We'll give Nash. Do we want to give Nash any? Nah. And here's what we're gonna do for Nash's location. Where do they put him? They put him right up in front. Yeah, that's the last place this jackhole needs to be. He can hang out back there in the corner. He's been a very naughty boy. He has to hang out in the corner now. Alright, so we're done here. And now we gotta make our way back through the woods with Nash in tow. Now, Nash is our first offensive magic user, but he's not that fascinating. He's not as fascinating as you'd think. He has one type of spell, Elemental, offensively, and then he likes to fling around status effects that only work once in a blue moon. And his stat effects kind of blow. Petrify sounds good on paper, but in execution, it doesn't. Like in many RPG games, it just doesn't work the way you would want it to. Now, his offensive magic is always AoE. I believe in all cases it's AoE Lightning or AoE Thunder. Like in many other RPG games, characters like Nash can use their canes as an item to do attacks as well, but the lucky cane doesn't do that. Other canes that we'll get in the future will, so we'll worry about that then. I wonder what's going on. Everyone looks so busy.
I bet they're just trying to finish up their work before dinner. That reminds me, when do we eat? Blah, 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 blah. Feed me.
So Nash actually has some pretty good gear that he doesn't really need. And we'll take that bromide off. Let's go ahead. No, not that. Okay, he can keep that. And that. And that'll go here. And I'll explain bromides in a minute. I believe they're new to the game. Alright, so better defense. We can give this back to Nash, which I will in a minute here. So, kind of in a sense, we're giving Luna a defensive upgrade, because Luna is more important to survive than Nash. Ooh, he cannot wear this, huh? You gotta be shitting me, really? What's his defense without it? That's the question. 34 versus... Ramus is 32, so... I'm not that worried about it. I don't think we can put anything on Nash, then. Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I always thought there was something we could put on him, but maybe not. It's not a big deal because Nash is kind of a moron, and he's not going to be hanging around too long, so give that away. He's not going to be hanging around long enough to warrant worrying about him getting gear right now. I'm trying to think. And even then, your goal is to not let him get attacked anyway. What we'll do is we'll... Do I want to get rid... Oh, man. Do I want to get rid of this? What is she wearing again? Robe. Yeah, we'll get rid of this for now. He'll be fine. I'm taking a big risk, but I think we'll be okay. I'm like 90% sure he'll be fine. What's his HP? 68 versus Ramus's 85. So Ramus has the benefit of being blubbery to protect him. Them fat rolls are justice. So I'm not hyper worried about it or hyper concerned, but it is something that is crossing my mind. That will continue to cross my mind, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll heal up, and we'll go to the dock here. Yeah, we're all good. Actually, no, I don't want to give him any.
Arr, you brought a sea chart. I'm grateful to the lot of ya. But me ship is being devoured by a wretched beast from the hellish depths. Yarr! It must have been all the fish sitting in me cargo. The whole that attracted it. Did you say fish? Alex, we have to help this guy. Are you offering to slay the monster for me?
Yes, if you let us.
We'll save your fish, sir. Won't we, Alex?
Of course we will. It is the sworn duty of the guild to protect and serve the public. I'll simply use thunder magic to electrocute that pathetic beast.
Yar, bless ya, kids. Walk this way to me ship and watch your step.
So, by the way, in the original Japanese version, the dialogue is not this engrossing. It's very traditional, very well thought. This was actually done by the translation team at Working Designs, who localized the game here in the United States. They literally improv'd like 90% of the dialogue. And when I say improv, they didn't make it up. They just reworded it and made it a little bit more lighthearted and funny. And that's really one of the cool things of this translation.
Run while you still can, Captain. Yarr! Captain, we tried to attack the monsters, but it was no use. He just ate all our weapons. I let the deckhands retreat until we figure out what to do, huh? What are we going to do, Captain? Captain, the monster's eating right through the hull. Let's get out of here before it starts looking for dessert.
Oh, it's kind of creepy and cute. Like out of Earthworm Jim.
Captain, please don't think any less of me for saying this, but run away! Arr! Bunch of... Yar, my crew's a blasted bunch of lily-livered scallywags. To think I let those scurvy dogs sail with me. You kids aren't afraid, though, and that's why I'm going to let you handle the monster on your own. Yar!
What a douche. But that's okay. We're ready and geared up for murder.
This is what everyone's running away. This is what has everyone running away, Alex? It's just a giant blue booger. Oh well, let's start picking.
Okay, some of these quotes aren't as good as I was making it sound earlier, but yeah, get the idea. So we're going to open with Vigor. We're going to open with Cascade Song. Fatty can do fatty things, and Numbnuts can use Thunder Bomb.
Check
this out! And then he just like starts flashing the enemy. Nice. So Vigor gives a 22 attack, and now you'll see the perk of Cascade Song. Another 17 attack plus 13 defense. We'll try to get it on Ramus if we can, but it's not necessarily something you overly have to concern yourself with. The boss actually heals himself, so you have to make sure you're doing a significant amount of damage, because if you're not, this battle can punish you for being underleveled. And we're probably right at the pinnacle or zenith of what level you kind of need to be to kill this thing. So it is good that we're beefed it out. 239 on that. La la la. Look out, Luna! And just because 2 characters got hit for me beefing up 2 of them, we'll use a Tranquility Song, then go back to standard healing. So really, Nash and Ramus just offset his self-healing, while Alex is really the one dishing out the real damage here. And that's really the entire purpose that Luna, Ramus, and Nash offer in this fight. They really offer nothing else. That's, I would consider, substantial. They're just kind of offsetting his healing a bit. And I think he's still even getting some back regardless of Alex. But the perk is, at the same time, is Ramus is I believe Ramus has one. He better have one. No, I gave them back to Null, so nobody's got one. Nobody's got one? Oh yeah, okay, we have one Starlight. So if it gets really, really out of control, we can get Alex the Starlight himself, because he's got 3 more sword dances left, which may not be enough to kill the boss, but it should be, because he's still taking over 250 damage, and so that's somewhat problematic, but nothing major. Remember, Luna's not going to do that much damage over Ramus, so we need to just unlock him because of reasons. Because he could be stuck in that for a couple of rounds. And then the boss is still going to keep attacking, so... And he's down. 150 points, Alex levels. I think everybody except maybe Luna and Nash. I think everybody except Nash will level. We'll see. Well, Luna leveled. Yeah, well, I said everybody except Nash. Ramus gained a level, but gets no stat bonuses. That's a shitty deal. What could it mean? What could it mean? Yeah, Nash didn't level. That's to be expected. Yar, ya kids did it. We slayed the beast and saved me ship. Would you be kind enough to hand over the map? We give him the sea chopper. I'll never let this lovely rag out of me grasp again. You're headed for Maribia, aren't you? I insist that you sail there with me on the Hispaniola, free of charge. Will you do that for us? Yar, of course. Without what you did, I wouldn't have the ship to sail. Whatever can I do to help you, I will. It'll take me crew a while to fix the damage, but they'll be done by the morning. I'll make sure of that. These buggers are lucky to have jobs after that cowardly display. Yarr! Get some rest at the dockhouse, and I'll have the crew rouse you at daybreak. Don't you hear me? Get to work! And the first one of you who ran away gets to swab the slime off the deck. It's little touches like that that make this game fun in its own unique, special way. So,
tomorrow, Alex, tomorrow, we're gonna be in the biggest city in the world. What do you think it's like? Will the people be friendly? And will they have good fish? You know what's the best part about this, Alex? My dad wouldn't believe it if he saw it.
I'm just happy to be leaving this hillbilly haven behind. A person as sophisticated as I am needs the commerce and culture of the city. I also need people who listen to me when I'm speaking.
Let's go get some rest, Alex, and a snack, too. Fighting that monster made me hungry.
Good idea, Ramus. Doopy 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 doop.
Luna, are you okay?
I'm sorry. Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up. You gotta take a crap or something? You got constipation, IBS? I can have Null go get a laxative.
Alex, something's up with Luna. You saw that look on her face. Let's talk to her and find out what's wrong.
Sometimes a lady needs to be left alone. So yeah, 448 till next level. So again, not a big reason to hang out in the other place, but whatever.
Luna.
Alex. I'm not going with you to Maribia. I'm not going to Maribia with you, Alex. I am staying here. Luna, I don't understand. Everything you've talked about, everything you've dreamed of since you were a boy, it's come true, Alex. You're on a great adventure, just like dying. I always told you that I believed in you. But deep in my heart, I'm not certain I really did. Why else would I be so surprised at what's happening to us, Alex? It's just so unbelievable. You've grown so strong, Alex, strong enough to venture into the unknown, with nothing but confidence in yourself and your friends. Luna. If I couldn't put all my faith and my trust in you, how can you put yours in me? All I would be on this trip is a burden, Alex. I know you won't admit that, even to yourself. But somewhere deep down you know it's true. But, Luna, I've made up my mind, Alex. I'll watch you set sail in the morning, and then I'll return to Berg. I'll wait for you there, Alex. I'll always wait for you. Good night, Alex. But, my poo-tang, Luna. Damn. You're not gonna get that hot lovin' straight from the oven. No hot lovin' straight from the oven. Straight from the oven.
Are you sure you're going to stay here, Luna?
Yes, Null. I'm worried about Alex's parents. I have to head back and let them know you two are doing fine.
I miss you, Luna.
No, you have to take care of Alex for me, alright?
No problem, Luna. If we get into trouble, I'll just talk us out of it.
Take care of yourself, Alex. Don't do anything dangerous. Don't sleep with your feet sticking out from under the covers. You'll catch cold. Don't forget to eat an orange or two on the ship, and don't forget about me. Luna. Angst. Angst. Childhood angst to the max. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I know I do these eccentric things once in a while, but sometimes that's how I feel. Yeah, raise the sails.
Take care, Luna. Remember to tell my dad that I'm not coming back until I've made my first million.
Farewell, Luna. I'm confident we'll see each other again.
Bye, Luna. So long. See ya.
I'll miss you, Alex. Goodbye. Goodbye. The power of White Mage Boner. Growing firm.
Luna, you have to come with us.
What?
Luna, all the exciting adventures in the world mean nothing if you're not with us. This isn't just my adventure, Luna. It's ours.
Oh, Alex, but what if...
There's no time to think about it. Hurry! Give me your hand. Come on!
Oh, I hope I did the right thing. It's all so exciting.
That was close. You almost didn't make it, Luna.
Now, our real adventure can finally begin.
And you'll be right here with us, where you belong. Oh, Alex, I don't know about this.
What's wrong, Luna? Your face is all red.
I'm just trying to catch my breath. That's all. I knew you would come with us, Luna. I had faith in you. Oh, Alex. The power of White Mage Boners, man. I'm actually going to get a shirt made that says that. The power of White Mage Boners. It's going to be great.
Alex, I don't know about you, but I'm getting chilly out here. Wanna head below?
Alright, so head below we do. We go. There's actually, strangely enough, lots of people to talk to if you want to hear and read some of that really neat dialogue. Welcome to the Hispaniola souvenir shop. I'm fresh out of shipping a bottle, so don't ask. That fucking little bit of charm. So yeah, we can buy stuff here, but more important, soap, rope not included. We're gonna buy one, because it will be a long time before we get access to one again. We're gonna buy... Oh shoot, inventory full. 1, 2... 2's fine. And then what we're gonna do before I forget, I don't care about these guys. They're not telling us much we need to know. Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to put the soap with no rope not included. Yeah, the translators had a ball and a blast translating this game, I assure you. They had so much liberty to do all kinds of weird fun stuff. We're gonna put all the healing nuts in here. Healing nuts. And all right, good.
Alex, I don't think I've ever been so happy. We're on a fantastic adventure. And we're gonna be filthy, stinking rich. See, if I listened to my dad and stayed home, none of this would have happened. Then I'd be probably thin.
Before you sell the diamond that Ramus keeps rambling about, I think you should meet with Master Mel.
Now, sounds familiar.
As well as you should. Mel is one of the 4 heroes and the governor of Maribia. Mel is a very friendly person. He might even be able to put up with your attitude. If you haven't figured it out yet, Nash is kind of a douchebag. And he should be beaten to death with kendo sticks, with cats, feral cats tied to the end of them with claws blazing. Alex has grown up so much since we set out from Berg. When we left, he was just a boy, and on the outside he still is, but he's changed somehow inside. This is all happening so very suddenly, I wish I could understand these feelings.
What's the matter, Luna? You look awful. Do you have to hurl on deck?
I do feel seasick now that you mention it. I think I'm gonna lie down before I get any worse. Besides, I want to be ready when I arrive in Maribia.
I can't wait, Alex. I can't wait. And I still can't believe we're really doing this.
I'm sorry, I can't help it, guys. Luna.
What? Huh? Hey, where's Luna? Alex, where'd she go? Let's go find her, Alex. There are only so many places on the ship she can be.
Can't really talk to anybody asleep, I don't think. I don't see... Oh, there's Nash. Alex, what are you doing awake? Feeling nervous? I can't say I'm surprised. If it makes you feel better, I was also a bit nervous the first time I went to Maribia. You realize, of course, I'll strike you dead with thunder magic if you tell anyone. Just had to make it a little... I know my humor is terrible, guys, and you are freaking champions of the people that you put up with it. And then we get the famous boat song scene, which I have to talk over so we don't get a copyright strike. So I apologize. Maybe I'll do my own iteration of it. Luna. Now we'll be modest. Hey, look, Africa. It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 Lunas or more could ever do. Whip out your dick for Harambe. Oh, I'm sorry. God, way to bring that one back. Sing it, girl. J-pop's for chumps. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, the dreamers turn the game, waiting on a shooting star. But what if Carl's Jr. is not to come? Will Hardy's take over? When the bacon Western cheeseburger is cheap, I believe there is hope. What will fill this emptiness inside of me? Will I get some cheeseburgers with extra cheese? I wish that for a Big Mac to give me a heart attack. What will fill this emptiness inside of me? Would a double from In-N-Out make me scream? And an order of animal fries, all I need desperately is super size to come back. god, you've ruined the moment. You're such a jackass. You're a monster. Yes, I am a monster. I am the stuff of nightmares. I am the man who clogs your toilet in the middle of the night. I am the man who pees on your doorstep. I am the RPG guy. It's, you know, it's just... I did it in Grandia. What'd you think? I was going to just sit here and stroke my butthole the whole time while I sat here watching? No, I was going to do something. Come on. You can go listen to the original soundtrack or find it online, find it elsewhere on YouTube.
Hey, Luna, what are it?
Shh! Shut up, no, God! Such an idiot! Swear to God, I'm gonna turn you into frickin' cat food.
But I eat cat food.
No, I mean I'm gonna make food out of you, cat. She does have a good singing voice, though. The lyrics are a little wonky because you have to remember it's translated to English, but you know, it's still a nice song. So when is Tokyo Phil gonna do the music of Lunar and Grandia, right? Alex, Null, how long are you two going to sleep? We're only a few miles away from Maribia. It's time to wake up and get some sunshine.
Luna, I hope your nose is a snooze button because I'm about to jam it.
Oh no, quit your moaning and get up, Stumblebutt. Okay, you know, any game that has Stumblebutt in it, it's gotta be great.
I'm sure glad you woke me up, Luna. I was having a nightmare about a bunch of half-dressed servant girls hand-feeding me fish.
Excuse me for thinking you wanted to wake up sometime this year.
We're in Maribia, Alex. We're really in Maribia. Give me a big juicy pinch or a big juicy steak because I have to be dreaming. Let's see my dad yell at me when I come home with a sack full of silver. I think Ramus is a little overwhelmed right now.
Aren't you excited too, Alex? You don't have to be calm. It's okay to let go of your emotions once in a while. We're stoic. Why don't you calm down? Maribia isn't going anywhere.
Why are you so restless, Nash? You're just as worked up as the rest of us.
So that I can report to because everyone knows you think more clearly when your heart is pumping. Nash, you're full of shit and should be beaten to death with kendo sticks. I know I'm using the kendo sticks thing a lot, but some people just deserve a good ass whooping. And it won't be the first time I give him crap for that. Alright, let's do this.
Wow!
It's even more magnificent than I imagined, Alex. And to think you were gonna go with us. Dumbass. No, just kidding.
Look, Alex! Look at all the ships! And the huge town! Maribia is even more splendid than I imagined!
So thank you guys for watching me play through this episode of Let's Play Sid Meier's Pirates Gold. Just kidding. You're I like going swimming with bow-legged women and diving between their knees. Yar! 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 Hey, that dude looks kind of horny. You don't see it? Come on. Well, it's been fun, but I have some business to attend to. I'll be in Maribia for a while. If you need to find me here, I'm usually speaking to my fellow mages on Black Rose Street. So long then, suckers!
At last, we're finally in Maribia. I'm going to finish up and sell the diamond. See you later. We're gonna be rich, Alex. Filthy, stinking rich.
Had a little bit of a Tigger moment in there. My bad.
I think I'm almost as excited as he is. Come on, Alex, let's look around.
One of the 4 heroes, Master Mel, lives in the city. You want to see him, don't you, Alex? Definitely. Indubitably. Absolutely. Now, there's not a lot of, like, items to buy in towns and stuff, or find, like, chests and stuff in town. Unless it's, like, a really small town. So it's not something you need to worry too much about. Small bow... Longsword. I think there's better armor here, which means I actually need to make some kind of room here. Let me just take this out for a second. get the gear upgrades, and then we'll put those items back in there. Because we should have enough money to at least get Alex a set of gear. Official proclamation. The mountain road to Nanza has been closed indefinitely due to the danger posed by roving bandits. Meribians are not allowed to travel the road until further notice. Especially foolish young daughters. Signed Governor Mel D. Alkirk. Roving bandits, Alice. It sounds kind of dangerous. So yeah, there's a couple of, strangely enough, there's a couple of stores in town as opposed to one store. So you kind of have to search them out as we find here. That's an old weapon. Here's a better bow. And I believe there's a store that sells armor. We want to stay away from the big store there. And buy the helmet. Hold on, I put this on Luna, didn't I? Explain a lot. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There we go. Equip. And equip. This is really important to knock out right now, by the way. I assure you. If you don't do this now, you'll regret it later. Now, here's something you need to consider. This is a one-of-a-kind item. Orange chinchilla fur. You can't buy this, I don't believe, anywhere in the game. So if you sell it now, it's gone forever. If you're one of those 100%ers that wants to have one of every item, you cannot sell this. But we don't care about that, so we're going to sell it. Same with the scarf. Once you sell the scarf, you cannot get it back. But again, we're not playing that kind of game. Same with any of the bromides, which I'll show these bromides to you guys later. Maybe when we have more of them, we'll do like a little end of episode sit down and show some of them off. They're just stills of mostly the female characters in poses for you to enjoy. It's fan service. It's 100% fan service. How much time have we done on this episode? Give me 1 second. I don't want to go too long here. So, we have enough time to do one other aspect of the game, so we'll do that now. Let's go to this store here and see if there's anything Mo wants to buy. I don't think so. Oh, well, we could buy another Dragon Wing. Probably good to hold off on that because we don't really have a reason to. And we don't need to buy any healing items because we're loaded with herbs. And eventually the herbs are going to lose their value, so if we don't use these herbs at some point, we're going to have to sell them. Which I'm okay with. It's just something you got to keep in mind mildly when you play this game. So you'll notice I filled up Alex's inventory full of goodies. Because we're going to do something that you normally aren't meant to do. Unless you're strong enough to do it. But we're going to try for it. But you got to burn a little bit of some items to make it work out for you. And it's kind of funny that you can do it. And what level? It's Alex's till next level? Okay. I want to know. So we're obviously going to go pay a visit to good old Master Mel. Mel Brooks? No, just Mel. And this scene made me laugh out loud as a young teen.
I'm Mel D. Alkirk, Governor of Meribia. Since you're new here, I'll warn ya. If you dare to make any sort of trouble in my town, I'll pop your tiny little heads off your twiggy little necks and mount them on me trophy wall.
I aspire to be like that man someday. It's probably how the people in Minnesota thought it was going to be like when they elected Jesse the Body Ventura.
You scared the heck out of me, old man. I thought my heart was gonna pop.
Don't be scared. I'm just fooling with ya. Now then, what brings you to see me?
Alex is going to become the next Dragon Master, Master Mel. So he came here to pay his respects to one of the 4 heroes.
I see we have a future Dragon Master in our midst. That's rich. I like a lad with ambition. There aren't enough of you around anymore. So Alex, let's find out how serious you are.
What? Alex, you're gonna be smushed like a grape.
Then we'll have some wine. Yeah. I like beating up children. It is the highlight of me day. Because, well, Mel will make a man out of you. If you see a weakness in my defense, take advantage of it. Don't go easy on me, lad, because I won't go easy on you. That's why we bought his upgraded gear now. And we put the healing items in, because guess what? It'd be one-on-one. Vigor. Oh. And he's already doing 22. Yeah, that'd be a lot of damage he hit us with. More than an herb. He hits us with it twice. It's more than an herb can really heal up, so. I would have to say. This might be premature. Yeah, it might be premature. We'll risk it. I'll just reload if he beats us, but here's the deal, is he is totally beatable. Yeah, we're gonna heal now. The thing with Mel is he's slower than crap, so even at a low level, usually you get to go before he does. Get him, Alex. Slice him right in his pooper. I don't think he hits over 35, so we should be okay. We also have a starlight that we can use as well, and it's mildly worth using. Do-do-do-do-do. Ow, he hit me. Come on, this be our last one. And he's down. And we get 100 XP. Woo! So not a lot of XP, but 100 XP is pretty good. Not bad, Alex. Not bad at all. That's the best fight I've had in ages. You might be the next Dragon Master after all.
Of course he is. Alex McQuirk, the White Dragon, and passed.
I almost did a Ramus voice there.
Of course he is. Alex McQuirk, the White Dragon, and passed the first trial.
Really? I'm even more impressed with you than I was before, lad. All hail the next Dragon Master. So yeah, that happened. Not that we need to do this, but whatever. So yeah, so now Alex is forever ahead of everybody. Because yeah, and that's the way we want it. You know, lad, I've got a daughter not much older than you.
Really? Is she cute?
Of course, lad. Her name is Jessica, and she's not at all like me, thank goodness. The girl's got a heart of gold and a soul to match. She's at Althena's shrine, learning to be a priestess. And she'll be a great one. You should meet her sometime. I think she'll like you as much as I do. But you're gonna have to grow up before I let you marry her, lad.
I don't know, Alex. I think she'd be just as scary as her father.
If you're going to be a Dragon Master, lad, you have to meet all the dragons. I don't know much about where to find them, but my good friend Galligan would. He lives in Vane. So we learned about Galleon again. We learned a little bit. We know that Nash is Galleon's apprentice, so maybe we can ask him for a little bit of info. But yeah, so that you can see at the level that we were at, we didn't need to burn a starlight or anything like that. Horton Tarhooney. Thank goodness. So really quick, let's just move things along a little bit more. To end the episode here. That way we can end on a high note. I was gonna save the world, but then I got high. I was gonna hurry up and rescue the girl, but then I got high. Now the Overlord rules all, and I know why. Why, man? Hey, hey! 'Cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high.
Alex, it's gonna be a while before I get the prize I want.
Alright, so we need to go do one other little stop here. I know this is a long episode, guys, so bear with me. Well, you know what? Don't bear with me. This is probably a good place for us to stop for today. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I am your host, the RPG Guy, and when we come back, shenanigans in Maribia total shenanigans. Somebody gonna get murdered. We'll see you guys.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.